Welcome, boys. This is your 2022 Hype video, man. We are back for our 17th season, which is crazy to even think about. 17 years. That's a high school kid. How in the world have we made it this far? Man. I'm excited, though. Here we go. 17th year. Super pumped, man. I hope you guys are, too. I hope everybody's having a fantastic summer. I've seen everybody going on trips and taking some vacations. And, the babies are on the way. I see that. So super excited to get back with you guys. I hadn't talked to you in a video since the rookie draft. But I got some information for you, man. I got some new stuff cooking up, man. Commission trying to keep it interesting year in and year out. So I got some cool stuff for you. We're going to cover some keeper stuff. The only reason I'm doing this with the keepers is because everybody's already got them locked in. So, but talk about auction money as far as it goes. Where you're at right now. Go over some of the rookie draft stuff, how much you're subtracting and everything. We got some new formats, man. We got some new scoring. Got some things to go on with trades. The season itself, man, like this, it's a completely different format. So we're gonna get into it. Just to try to explain everything to you. But again, I appreciate you guys watching these videos and checking them out. That way we're all on the same page. And dude, year 17, Beach House is calling like a month away. A month away, we'll be in Curry Beach all together hanging out, and super excited, man. So stay tuned, and we'll get that information to you. Session 1. Class is in session. So just want to talk a little bit about, just remind you guys about the keepers. I know we talked about it a little bit before the rookies. I know there was some confusion on whose years or what. It'll all become super clear tomorrow night after I know who everybody's keeping. You'll know how many years you have left with each guy. And that way everybody's kind of on the same page as far as that goes, because that's the last thing I want is somebody thinking they got a year left to keep when they really don't. So I'll try to make that as clear as possible after this year. But you guys have the keeper values. You've seen all that stuff. And you've also seen who's eligible this year, so who can go back into the draft pool. That helps a lot, right? Knowing who's not keepable. So I send you all that stuff. But as always, if you have any questions, you can always text me or call me. Call me. Sorry. Whew. A little tickle. Anyway, so auction money after the keepers are announced at 9 o'clock Sunday night. You will be able to see how much money you have. I'll go in and type that stuff in. It may not be Sunday night, but Monday for sure. You guys will know exactly how much money you have after keepers and rookie. And you can kind of go from there and start thinking about how you want to go on draft day, like using that money as far as picking your team and assembling your crew. Okay. Again, rookie cross or is subtracted. That's already been done. So I went in and did that. That is on the Google sheet. Insurance. Okay. Remember, $5, $10, $15 scale. 0 to 24, 25 to 49. 50 plus, okay? Depends on how much your guy costs to keep, all right? The more valuable or the more money he costs to keep, the more insurance you have to pay on those guys. And that needs to be, I need to know that. Yeah, so I'll make that, I'll say Tuesday. Monday, okay? Monday night, I'll set a deadline. I'll give you a day to figure out whether you want to pay insurance on those guys or not. Training camp is in right now. Okay, a lot of teams have already started and they're rolling. So if you want to protect those guys, remember you get your money back, or you get to pick another keeper. So that is the perks of getting insurance. You get your money back, the value for the upcoming years, the 2022 value. You get that money back. And then you also get, or you get the option of picking another keeper off your team. So, in my opinion, that's a big deal. So make sure you are letting me know whether you want to pay for that insurance or not. Okay, but I'll remind you guys. So, yeah, that's just a refresher on keepers. Again, as always, man, if you got questions on that stuff, just let me know. But yeah, moving forward, we got a couple more sessions, man. Hang in there with me. New stuff coming this year, man. I'm super excited about. I'm ready to let you guys know kind of how this season's going to roll. All right, now for the twist part, okay? Before I get into the meat and potatoes of it, okay, I do want to make sure you guys know that COVID's over. So anyway, yeah. But one IR spot, okay. Moving forward, one IR spot, okay. No late swaps. We're fending for ourselves at this point, okay. Those last 2 years have, good lord, put my mind in a pretzel. But anyway, so going back to one IR spot, and we'll get into some penalties and all that stuff later. But anyway, no late swaps, okay. So I won't have that sheet that sending out where you guys are trying to type in your late swaps and stuff. We're not going to have that this year, so just want to get that out of the way real quick. Okay, that was the veggies. That was the appetizer, the meat and potatoes. Okay, we're adding a division. Yes, you heard that right. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 divisions now. Now, what happened last year is Demo became the 6th different winner of this glorious league. So he kind of helped me out. It was already kind of churning in my head, but for it to get to 6, it's not quite half, but it's close enough. It was enough for me to pull the trigger on adding a new division. And what we have now is the Legends division. Okay, so the Legends division is going to be consisting of all champions from the past. So all 6 guys. That'd be Ted, Derek, Smitty, J House, Demo from last year, AJ. So 6 guys in that division are going to make that up. And we're still going to have the Musty and the Taint. Okay, there's going to be 4 guys in each of those divisions. The Musty will be Zach, Phil, Big House, me. Okay, relegation, I moved back. But anyway, and then the Taint will be Trip, Tony, Drumo, and Ben. And so that we're going to go with that going into this year. I'm super excited about it. Now, there is a little bit of a twist, as always. The Legends division will be paid more. I think that's something that we all, as competitive guys, can appreciate. The Legends division champion will get $300. The winner of the Musty and the winner of the Taint will get $150 each. Okay, so there'll be some money split up between those two. But the Legends division, if you were to win the Legends division, all right, I consider that quite the feat. Throughout the regular season, you will get $300, and then the Musty and the Taint will get $150 apiece. Okay, now, Kamishi, now there's 3 divisions. How are you going to do the playoffs? Okay, well, let's get into that real quick. So now that we have 3 division winners at the end of the regular season, the top 3 places, the top 3 seeds are taken up. Okay, so we will have 1, 2, and 3 based on who won those divisions. If you won the Legends division, you would be a top 3 seed. If you won the Musty division, you were a top 3 seed. If you won the Taint division, you're a top 3 seed. Okay, so seeds 4 through 8 will be seeded based on their points for. Remember, as always, your record gets you in. Okay, I seed you based on your points after that. So we're going to keep that trend going as far as the top seed. Now, Kamishi, the Legends division is tougher to win. Is it? Sometimes maybe. We'll see. But the best record will be the 1 seed. So whether that's Musty, whether that's Taint, whether that's Legends, the best record will still be the 1 seed. Okay, but you're guaranteed a top 3 seed if you win your division. Okay. As far as the relegation goes, okay, up and down, if you're in the Musty, you're in the Taint now, okay, then you win the championship, you move up to the Legends division, okay, so there will be a 7 and then a 7. It'll be 7 in the Legends, and then There'll be 4 in one, 3 in the other. But it'll be a little bit weird. We'll kind of mess around with it. But if everything stays the same like it has for the first 16 years, and one of those 6 guys in the Legends division wins it all this year, and it stays 4-4, there is no more relegation as far as switching leagues, switching divisions. But there is an opportunity for the 2 division winners, one from the Musty, one from the Taint. There is an opportunity in the offseason for y'all to trade somebody in your division, which I think would bring up hilarious group me conversations. Embarrassment, ultimate embarrassment. Hey, I'll trade you. I'm speaking for Phil. Phil's like, hey, Trip from the Tank, I'll trade you Kamishi for Ben. That makes my heart sink in my chest. The fact that could happen. So you're gonna have the opportunity to trade members of your league. Now, if it could be where it's lopsided. Auction money can be involved. Players can be involved in that offseason trade. So if you wanted to trade me for Ben, Ben's probably got the better team. So you might not want Ben, but there could be some auction money with Ben in order to get me out of the division and sent over to the other division. So just another twist, man. I'm trying to keep things interesting, but obviously I'll get more into it on draft day. But that's where we're going, man. That's where we're moving forward at, and I'm excited about it. So we've got 3 divisions now. The Legends, yes, the keepers of the trophy. The Musty and the Taint still, okay? So I'll send out a text where everybody's at as far as division goes. That way everybody knows where they're at to start the season. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm pumped about it, and I think it's going to bring another aspect to the league, wanting to get in that Legends division, wanting to move up, and as far as being in that Legends division, getting the more money. I think that's a tougher division to win based on past success, and that's where we're at. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Twisty twist. There's more to come. Now, Commish, how we got 3 different divisions. How are we gonna? What's the schedule gonna be like? Who's gonna play who? I'm here to tell you right now. Okay. Now, I sent a little bit of a hint. I don't know if anybody caught it. I think I had a couple of responses. So there's a few of you out there that know where I was leaning. Top 7, baby. Okay. Everybody's still playing everybody, right? So you're not, Legends ain't going to play the Legends. Musties play the Musty. Tank play the Tank. No, everybody's playing everybody. Okay. And it's top 7 format. So not only will you get a win for your head-to-head matchup, you'll get a win for being top 7 in the league. ESPN's doing it for us, baby. I don't have to go back in and do my little Google sheet and type in. I don't have to do math, which is better for everybody, okay? So right now, ESPN has said, we're going to give you bonus points, bonus win for being top half of your league. And I said, yes, sign me up. I would say Matthew Berry, but he gone. But yeah, so here we go. Top 7 format, okay? So you get 2 points a week, or 2 wins a week, or 2 losses a week, or 1-1, however you want to look at it. But that's where we're moving, man. I knew it when we did it. I was so pumped about the background league, and so here we are, man. We're top 7. Derek is just fucking pumped right now. He's probably asleep, but anyway, he's just like, yeah, let's go. I knew it. Week 14, okay, that's the weird one. The weird thing that kind of got brought in last year when Goodell decided to spring an extra game on me. We didn't work together, me and Goodell. So, clown face. Anyway, week 14, everybody, okay, it works out perfect this year. Everybody will play a division game in week 14. So there will be one person. I will be the determining factor on that. But everybody will play one person in their division twice. Okay, I will set those matchups. That'll be rivalry week. That'll be insurance money going into the pot. But week 14, everybody will play a division opponent. It could be the deciding factor for who wins the division. Okay, which brings along all the different top 3 seeds, guaranteed. It brings in opportunities to trade between Musty and Taint. It brings in, $300. The difference between winning 300 and not in the Legends division. So there's a lot on the line week 14, and that's what I want. Okay, late season drama. That's what we're here for. Okay, if I can't win the league, I want it to be the most exciting TV show out there. Okay, so week 14, everybody will play a division opponent for the second time, at least once, at least one person twice. Okay. There will be no tiebreakers this year. I was scrolling through the settings. If we tie in a regular season matchup, it's a tie. I want to bring that back in the fold. It hasn't happened in like 8 years, a tie. So, but anyway, if it does, and you were happen to tie, it used to go to bench points. Whoever had the most bench points, I just looked at it. I don't like it. We're gonna bring ties back into the equation. So, if there were a tie, you're gonna have a tie on your record. I think that makes it kind of weird going into the playoffs as well. So, again, trying to build up some suspense and drama. Playoff tiebreakers are no longer head-to-head. All right, head-to-head is going to be the second factor. So, I'm 8-6, and Ted's 8-6, and we're trying to fight for that 8 seed to get into the playoffs. Okay, it's no longer whether I beat Ted or not. It's going to be total points. So whoever between me and Ted, whoever's got the most points for the season is going to be the team that gets into the playoffs or takes that last 8 seed. All right. With adding top 7, I think that's a little bit more towards finding who's the best team. I may have caught Ted on a bad week, or vice versa. He may have caught me on a bad week where I only scored 26.7 points. So that could have been the case. And I don't want that to be the determining factor anymore. So total points for, all right, how many points I've scored is going to be the tiebreaker going into the playoffs. Okay. Let's see what else I got. That's it. Yeah, again, head-to-head second is in the thing. So if me and Ted were to be tied points-wise, it would go to head-to-head. But anyway, yeah, total points 4. If we're tied, total points, whoever's got the most points will go to the playoffs. The other one will be in the consolation bracket. So anyway, that's our format for this year. Super pumped about it. Again, I was like really excited about it a couple of years ago when we were just doing the background league. I was like, okay, I really like this. I think it could work. Come on, ESPN. Bring it to light. Let it be a setting on there where I don't have to keep up with it in the background. And they answered. So shout out to ESPN for getting it done. And top 7. Here we go. Deal with another situation like that. It could happen, right? Anything could pop up. But I'm going to make it where can't cut list guys are tradable for auction for the first 3 weeks. Okay, so weeks 1, 2, and 3. If you get in a situation where you're not feeling it, you're not feeling your squad, your guys, like the guys you drafted, is like, oh, I didn't draft well, whatever the case. If you get into that situation, you can trade those guys for auction money for the next year. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that. Tony brought to light some different things, and I'm not just calling Tony out individually. I'm saying that scenario I've never had to deal with. So having to go through that and kind of seeing how it affected him, I want to give somebody an out if that's the case. So can't cut list players can be traded for the first 3 weeks for auction. You can acquire auction money the next year. Again, you can only get 25 total, but you can trade those guys away for auction money the first 3 weeks. So just putting that in as far as the trades go. There's going to be a new way of thinking as far as trades go. I was on the phone with a member a couple of days ago, and it popped in my head, and I suggested it, and I was like, that seems like something people would kind of get into. And so I'm just introducing it. I'm not making it where it's got to be a part of every trade, but it very well could. And that's contingency trades. So scenario, and bear with me here. Scenario would be if I was holding on to a Jerry Jeudy he's balling out, he's doing well, whatever, and somebody would like to have him. Okay, obviously I'm gonna be like, yeah, I want the world for him. Okay, but the contingency part of the trade could be, well, if he falls off and he finishes as a, instead of being top 10 where he's at right now, he ends up being closer to 40, then he doesn't cost me as much auction money. I get some of my money back if that trade doesn't necessarily work out the way I would have thought it would work out. So, and it could work vice versa. I could go get a guy who's like, he's 30, 40 running back, or top 20 to 30 running back, and I go make a trade for him, and I say, hey, I'll give you $5 auction for him. But, and then on your side, you could say, well, if he finishes as a top 10 running back or a top 5 running back, I'm gonna need some more money. I want more money, or more. I want to get closer to his actual value, as the season moves on. So the trade could be for 5 to start with. If he finishes top 10, I have to throw another $5 or $6 in order to justify the trade. So it doesn't have to be incorporated, but it can be incorporated. Okay, so contingency trades are something that you guys can work together. It's between the two parties. So it's between A trader and B trader. Whoever's making the moves, y'all can discuss that on your own. It doesn't have to happen. You can still go dude for dude. You can still go dude for money. I don't care. But you can kind of work it in the background as far as like, all right, so hey, I'm taking a chance on this guy. You're trying to get rid of him. If he ends up blowing up, I'll give you more money in the future. I'll give you $5 more, $10 more, whatever. If he ends up being a top 5, top 10 kind of guy. And I think that's just another little strategy thing to add into when you're making trades. And so just be thinking about it. If a trade comes up and you're close to a deal, right? Like you're just like, I don't know if I can pull the trigger on that. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, contingency. Hey, I'm more willing to pull the trigger on this if you work with me and say, hey, if this guy ends up blowing up, you give me a little bit extra money. And then I'm more likely to make that trade. So just throwing an option out there for you guys. Obviously you can still trade the way you normally would, right? Including the first 3 weeks with the can't cut list guys. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there and kind of plant a seed and say, hey, if you wanted to kind of incorporate that stuff, I would need to know it, obviously. That way at the end of the season I can go say, hey, this guy did finish top 5 and you do owe more money to so and so. Okay, so but just something to throw out there. I think it adds another little intricacy, another level to it. And then the last thing with trades, the committee executive order clause. Okay, it would probably take a mountain in order for this clause to come in effect. I want you guys to be aware that this could happen. Like if you make a trade that is just so outlandish, and I'm just like, dude, no way. It could be that you didn't pay near enough money for the guy. It could be that it's just super lopsided, and I feel like it affects the league and who's going to win the league.
um, I can make an executive decision to nix the trade. Where the trade is no good, it doesn't go through. I put the two guys back on your teams, and we move forward. Okay, again, it's there. So worst case scenario, right? I'm not just gonna say veto that, veto that, veto. I'm not gonna veto every trade, right? I'm gonna keep it flowing like it normally is. But if I feel like it threatens the integrity of the league, I am gonna step in and say no. Okay, so just wanted to let you guys know that that is something that could happen. Okay, and that's a possibility. That's a power that I'm giving myself as the commissioner to step in on anything that threatens the integrity of the league or the final outcome of the league. Right? I don't want to make it where week 6 there's a trade that goes down, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody just kind of like, screw this, so and so's got it, And I know injuries happen, right? But at the same time, if somebody makes it where it's not competitive and it's not fun for anybody else, then I'm gonna have to step in and make a call. Okay, again, it's gonna take a mountain, but just want to let you guys know that I'm adding that into the league. Okay, so that about covers it for trades. Last thing I'm gonna do is a little bit of miscellaneous. Try to get you guys out of here, and so trades, contingencies. Ooh. All right, guys. Last thing I'm gonna cover. Scheduled video will be dropping tomorrow, but this is the last thing I'm gonna cover as far as the Hype Vid and getting you guys excited and introducing these two sprinkles that we got going on this year. Okay. First thing is gonna be the GM of the year. Okay. We talked about it. I talked about it a little bit last year. As big of a contribution as side bet shots have been, I don't think it's at the point where we need to start rounding side bet shots. I think Smitty broke the bar. He broke the ceiling down and just, let's be honest, he ruined it. Okay, he ruined it. He just took so many shots and didn't throw up. That here we are. We have to get rid of the award. But anyway, I want to put more emphasis on the Team of the Year because it's voted on by your peers, and I think it's something that needs to be emphasized a little bit more this moving forward. And I'm gonna take the side bet shot champ or Musty award and add the $20 to the GM. So $40 for the GM of the year. We'll keep the other ones for the Musties, but adding a little bit more emphasis on the GM of the year, I think it's just something that we should start moving towards. I think that's something. It could be the champ every year, but it also could be the guy who didn't draft all that well and made good pickups, made good trades, and got himself in a position to win. Even if he didn't win, he got himself in a position. But again, it's voted on by your peers. I think if we all kind of have a chance to reflect on the season and say, hey, that guy, he worked his butt off. He deserves to get that award. I think that's something we need to start focusing on a little bit more. So I thought about getting a trophy, certificate, something. Like, even if it's like a fifth of liquor, I'll do whatever. I haven't, as far as the prize or trophy or anything like that, I haven't thought it through. But I do want to put more emphasis on it. Okay, so that'll be something to look forward to. Polls in the group me after trades, right? So y'all know me. I've already said it, 1,000 times, but group me is first take, guys. I know you guys. I'm guilty of it too. I get super defensive. I make a trade. I open up the group me. Hey, what's the reaction? So I'm gonna start throwing polls in as soon as the trades are made. Hey, who won this trade? Who got the better of who? I want to blast it. Like, I want people's opinions, man. I want group me is first take. It is undisputed. That is why we look at it.
That's your first reaction. What's everybody gonna think of this trade if I make it? And I want that to be the vibe. So first of all, we all got to stop getting all damn worked up when people bash your trade, or get mad that you made the trade, or get mad that you didn't make the trade. Whatever, we got to kind of stop, like, let our guard down a little bit, man. So enjoy it for what it is. It's a chance for everybody to be opinionated. It's a chance for everybody to go in there and say their 2 cents on what just happened in our league, right? So so I'm gonna start throwing polls out after trades. So be ready for those. Please, join in and vote and do all that stuff. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be awesome, actually. So so be on the lookout for those. I've been working on a Google Doc. Okay, it's like I worked really hard on it for like a week, and then I took a little break for a month, and then I started back again. But I told you guys I wanted to have something in writing as far as the rules and the structure and the layout, and it's ever changing, right? Year in and year out, I'm adding new stuff. So give me some time with that. I will share it with everybody before draft day. You will have a copy of that as far as the Google Doc goes. You will be able to go in and look at that at any time. And you can always call me. I've had like 3 guys call me in the last week just like, hey, is this okay if I do this? Can I do this? Can I offer this trade? Does this make sense? Like, I'm like, yes. I didn't say yes to all of them, but I said, thank you for asking. Like, that's big, instead of, taking what I'm about to talk about next. And that is the penalty. For stuff that's known, for stuff that's been known for years and years. Guys, this is our 17th year. There's some basic underlying rules that, can't be broken. And if you do, it'll cost you $13. Okay? I'm putting my foot down. I'll be the jerk, whatever I have to be. But it's going to be $13, any offense. If it is not, first, one, if you didn't talk to me before you did it. 2, if it's been understood for I don't know how long and you do it anyway, $13 moving forward. Everybody gets $1 from your ass. Okay, so that's going to be the new rule as far as penalties go. That is the, there's not more, not less. 13. It's going to cost your team $13 next year, and everybody gets $1 from you if you were to, intentionally, non-intentionally, to break a rule or do something that threatens this league. It'll cost you $13 moving forward, or for the next year. Okay, so that's part of the Google Doc as well. I do have that part in. It's in writing. It's documented. So just make sure you're aware of that. And then the last thing, I appreciate you guys staying with me this long. Longest touchdown over biggest blowout. Biggest blowout was a huge embarrassing failure, and we're going to switch it. Longest touchdown. So whoever owns the player that scores the longest touchdown of the year, if he was on your roster when he did it, you're the one who's going to get that money. It's $50. Last year, obviously, Demo swept everything and got all the stuff. But I think that's something that we can all kind of be excited about. It comes down to the end, week 17, championship. Even if you're not in the championship, you're like, hey, one of my guys might score a 99-yard touchdown and get me $50. So I think that just keeps it kind of moving. The only way it would really, it would be terrible is if week 1 somebody scores a 99-yard touchdown, and then odds are that's not going to happen. But that's something new for this year. Okay, so biggest blowout is no longer a thing. Longest touchdown is a thing. It's going to be $50 to whoever has that player on their roster. Okay. Again, I hope I haven't taken too much of your time. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, Trip, if you're still watching at this point, and listen to me, nobody say a word to Trip. You got me? Nobody say a word. But Trip, if you're still watching, I'll buy you a 5th of liquor, whatever you want. Okay, but I appreciate if you made it this far. You've earned it, man. That's quite the video. So, but yeah. Appreciate you watching the video as always, guys. I've had a couple of these Kirkland things. I thought they were water. It's not. Seltzer. Jesus. I've had a good time as always. I'm glad y'all got to see me, and I'm so pumped for draft weekend, guys. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I am so pumped. So I hope you guys are doing well, and can't wait to see you.